In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 ways not to get a job offer. The reason that I framed this video this way is because one of my favorite mentors, Alex Hormozi, mentioned this concept, inversion thinking. Inversion thinking is essentially a concept of you thinking in reverse. Let's say if you want to have a successful marriage and you think about the things that will actually make you destroy this marriage. So what essentially it does to you is you will go through all the possibilities that will destroy the outcome that you were trying to achieve. Therefore, the less mistakes you make, the more likely that you will actually make it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Minke and I am a career coach. My mission is to help international students and non-native speakers to find a job that you have been dreaming for. Inversion thinking not only is going to help you to become more mistake aware, but also obviously the more mistake that you're avoiding, the less likelihood you are going to fail in your job application process. So let's get started. The first way to not get a job offer is to start tomorrow. Whichever roles that you're going after, whether it's investment banking, sales, marketing, or just you want to become a software engineer, if you don't start today, if you always want to start tomorrow and then keep pushing things to next few days forever, then this is the best way not to get a job offer. The next best way to not get any job offer is to quit after a couple of rejections. This is what some of you guys do, okay? So once you get the first couple of rejections, it is hard, it is really difficult, but if you just quickly give up after the first couple of rejections, even though it's really tough, you are essentially stopping for now. The next best way to not get any job offer is to avoid discomfort. Regardless what you are doing in your life, whether it's starting a new business or pursuing a really good job, you need to step out of your comfort zone because this is where you are going to grow and this is where you are going to get rejected. And if you're someone who just want to stay within the comfort zone, you are scared of getting rejected, you're scared of going out to talk to people and just focus on things that you already know without actually learning new things, this is another way not to get any job offer. Then my favorite part, complaining about things that you actually can't control, complaining about the system, complaining about the job market, complaining about things that you just out of your control is another way to get stuck, because instead of focusing on yourself, instead of focusing on developing and learning new things and picking up new skills, complaining does zero work and it makes you feel much more negative in your job application process. Hence, this is one of the best ways to not get a job offer. The fifth thing you want to do if you don't want to get a job offer is to search for a job when you need a job. You search for jobs when you have to find a job. You are in a position where you get desperate and you're not prepared for the job application process when you actually need to apply for jobs. In this process, it makes you very stressed, it makes you not prepared, and it makes you to get a lot more rejections. Job searching is a constant process. You need to be prepared to lose your job. You need to be prepared to always find new opportunities and to be open for new opportunities. Especially if you're graduating students, there's a lot of work you need to do up front before you get a job offer. Therefore, if you decide, right, now I need to find a job, but what do I do? This is already too late. Hence, this is another way of not to get a great job offer for yourself. Okay, next one. Take advice from people who do not have a good career. So, taking advice from people is a good gesture, but you need to be selective with what kind of people you take the advice from. If you take advice from people who have not had a good job, who have not landed a job, who are still struggling, then you need to question whether this advice will be useful because this person has not done it. And if this has not worked before for this person, then will that advice be actually useful? If you're just taking advice from different resources without actually filtering out if it's gonna be useful, then this is another great way to not get a job offer. Number 7, learn a lot but take zero action. Whether you learn from YouTube, online courses, coaching program, or university modules, if you just taking information without actually going out to execute, to do things, then you will still have zero results. If you're someone who is just thinking about doing things but actually not doing things, then you will never be able to get a job offer. Because remember, it's all about action. Next, working on things that don't matter. This is another way of saying procrastination. For example, at this stage, you have prepared all your CV cover letter. All you need to do is just to apply. Instead, you focus on perfecting your CV, you work on the aesthetic, you want to make it look as nice as possible. Then you're spending time on things that don't actually matter anymore, because what you need to do is actually to go out and talk to people and apply. If you work on things that don't matter, if you're losing the bigger picture, you're only focusing on one small part of the whole process, then you are gonna be stuck and not get a job offer. This is one of my favorite. Do your best, not what it takes. Let's be honest, applying to jobs as an international student is extremely difficult. Statistically speaking, only less than 2% of international students will be able to get jobs in the UK or in the US. You can imagine this is fierce competition. It takes tremendous effort and the right strategy for someone to actually become successful in getting a sponsored job. I know a lot of us would say, oh yeah, I've tried it, it didn't work, you know, I've given my best. But giving your best is not necessarily giving what it takes. If you keep doing your best, not what it takes, then this is another way to not get any job offer. Number 10, talk more, do less. In psychology, if you constantly talk about your goals and what you want to do without actually doing it, then it helps you to feel satisfied. But none of this is going to convert into actual results. Keep talking without actually realizing the goal to make it into an actual result. Just talk about your dream, to talk about the dream offers you want to have without actually landing it. I have listed 10 things for you to not land a job offer. So let's use this reverse thinking. And I'm going to show you 10 things that you should do in order to land your dream job offer. If you want to land a dream job offer, especially if you're an international student or non-native speaker, you need to start now, not tomorrow. Start doing things that needs to be done now. You keep pushing after rejections, you don't quit, you keep going forward, going towards your dream. You don't complain about things that you can't control. You look after the things that you can control and then keep improving yourself. And you constantly go out of your comfort zone to keep learning and keep challenging. Even if you get rejections, you foreplan, you plan about your job application process. You don't look for jobs when you actually have to find a job. You take advice from people who actually have a successful career. You learn a lot and you also translate these into action. You start doing things from your learning. You work on things that are important, do your best, and also do what it takes to get the results, to go through this hard process to get a job offer. And last, do more and talk less. Put all your talking into actions to get the results, to get the achievement. And guys, these are the 10 ways that if you keep doing that, you are more likely to get your dream job offer. This is Minke, and I'll see you in the next video.